Kalalal Yahweh Hashem El Shai, the Anas, the apostles of James Great Millstone, Kalalal Yahweh Hashem, Yahweh Shai Hashem Rakah, Kwadash, Barakatah, right? This is Ashar from James, Jamaica, James Vigilant, and I do some work here, and decide say, I'm going to look up the update for the NIDS in Jamaica, right? So before we get into it, I'm going to bring out this precept. It say, I have set watchmen upon thy walls, O Jerusalem, which will never hold their peace day or night. Ye that make mention of the Lord, keep not silent. Right, so as man of the Lord is supposed to always bring out this prophecy, right? Because a watchman is basically a foreseer, right? A prophet, in a sense, a prophet, right? Because them actually see the war before the war reach the city, right? So it say, I have set watchmen upon thy wall, O Jerusalem, which will never hold their peace day or night. Ye that make mention of the Lord, keep not silent. So I'm going to get into what I actually want to bring out. You say, the net kind of shitty here, so. You say, no ID, no access. Jamaicans will need national identification card to access government goods. Right? So just from the topic alone, you see these people intention. Right? The scripture say you make all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond. Right? You say under the government's proposal national identification system, Jamaicans without national identification card will not be able to do business with government agency and department when it is rolled out in 2019. Right? What are the most jobs them? Right? Government job, right? With a private sector or governmental, right? Them are gonna require you to have this ID, right? You say, and if you put it out there, this is not the RFID chip, because the scripture say it might go make you receive a mark in your right hand or your forehead, right? So this is not the RFID chip. This is just a system where them are put together if have the chip ready to be issued properly when it come out. I say additional person without the national ID might also face serious challenges as they seek to do business with private sector. Same thing that I explained. Say the intention is that we will also have on board the private sector, particularly international institute, who will not do business with anybody without their NIN, national identification number, and NIC, right? So the national identification number is what them say you're gonna receive when you're born, and you're gonna die with that number, and no one else is going to have that number, right? This is just Esau trying to prove the Heavenly Father wrong, right? Because the scripture say if you can number Israel, then you're gonna get the let me get it, right? Because it's good to bring out precept, because this is our job, right? saying in Jeremiah. It's Jeremiah 31 verse, let me check it, 31, yeah, verse 35. It say, thus saith the Lord, which giveth the sun for a light by day, and the ordinance of the moon and the stars for a light by night, which divideth the sea when the wave thereof roar. The Lord of hosts is his name. If these ordinances depart from before me, saith the Lord, then the seed of Israel also shall cease from being a nation before me. Thus saith the Lord, if heaven above can be measured, and the foundation of the earth search out beneath, I will also cast off all the seed of Israel for all that they have done, saith the Lord. Wrong precept, but it match it to some effect, right? Because this man I try do all these things as well, right? But I'm gonna get the precept from my search for, right? Yeah, me just might put it in the finishing. I tell me I do the little editing. It's alright. She argued they already persons now doing business with the government require a tax registration number. My understanding is that if you go to a government entity to do business and you don't have one, then they will send you to get one, she added, right? So this is how Lynch Stewart proposed, right? You say, yo, if you don't have one, you're not gonna get no job, right? This is actually what she proposed, right? So in other words, you need to get one to get a job. And Esau have this all planned out, because him actually set it that if you try run from your country, if you go to next country, you have to have one to get a job there also, right? So you must make sure all over the world where you can go make a living, right? Because you have people who actually run off to go to America for a better living, but if you run off, you go buck up in the same thing. So section 41 and 1 of the proposed statute state that a public body shall require that a registered individual submit the national identification card issued to him to facilitate the delivery to him of goods and service provided by public body, and the registered individual shall comply with the request. Right, so you know, say these men owning business have to go get it first, right? Because there's no way you can get the goods from the servers, right? From the people who provide the goods to Jamaica, because that's the next That's the next thing. If Jamaica decide not to go with it, them don't have sufficient food for supply the country, right? Because the WTO already fucked us over, right? See if we can find. It's a nice. Say Malcolm pointed out that this section also lacked exemption for certain goods and services that are not defined as essential service but should never require an identification card numbers, such as the service of public defender, the provision of legal aid, and judicial function. Right, I'm gonna just go back here. Says JFJ advocate manager Rodgy Malcolm reasoned that the law as currently formulated many inadvertently compromise the provision of core public service if fully enforced. He argued that full enforcement of Section 41 of the bill could compromise access to public goods and services such as passport and education in the case of a child, to which individuals have a constitutional and human right. Malcolm pointed out that this section also lacked exemption for certain goods and services that are not defined as essential service but should never require a national identification card or number, such as the service of public defender, the provision of legal aid, and judicial function. Children at the age of 6 will be required to have a national identification card. Right? You say the NIDS project is being funded jointly by the government and the International Development Bank at the cost of 68 million. Right? The new ID system, which is scheduled for a phased rollout starting on September 3rd, 2018, will provide every citizen with an randomized 9-digit national identification number called an NIN. Citizens and legal residents will also receive an NIC, which bear the number, a photo, a single signature, and other basic information about the holder. Right, so that's it. Alright, one more preset before I close off.